Imagine a place where the desert and the rocks form a maze so treacherous that even the most experienced hikers lose their way. Where every trail holds stories of accidents, disappearances, and cursed treasure. In 2009, a young man named Jesse Capin went there and was never seen alive again. What happened to him? Was he the victim of an accident, human malice, or of the mountain itself? Who he was? Jesse Capin was 35 years old, living in Colorado, and working as a bartender in a popular restaurant. Unmarried, no children, but with a deep passion for adventure and for stories about lost treasure. His greatest obsession was the legend of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, one of America's most famous mysteries, said to be hidden somewhere in Arizona's Superstition Mountains. The Lost Dutchman's Mine. The legend dates back to the late 1800s. A German immigrant named Jacob Waltz, known locally as the Dutchman, supposedly discovered a gold deposit of unimaginable wealth and kept it a secret until his death in 1891. No one has ever found it, but over the past century, dozens of treasure hunters have died trying. The local Apache people long warned that the mountains are a home of evil, and that white men who enter looking for gold never return. Why Jesse went there? Jesse had read everything he could about the mine. He studied maps, analyzed search reports, and knew about the tragedies that happen there every year. But he believed he was better prepared than most. In November 2009, he traveled alone to Arizona. All he took with him was hiking gear, a GPS device, a camera, a notebook filled with clues, and the dream of finding what no one had in over 120 years. The last sightings. Jesse checked into a motel near the mountains. He left his car in the parking lot and walked into the desert. Several hikers said they saw him, hiking alone with a light pack, looking confident. A few days later, motel staff noticed his belongings untouched in his room. His car was still there. Jesse never came back. The search was massive, involving police, volunteers, helicopters, and dogs. But the Superstition Mountains are a brutal maze of canyons, cliffs, and caves. Weeks passed, and still no trace. The search was eventually called off. It wasn't until 2012, 3 years later, that his body was found in a deep crevice. Rescuers believed he might have slipped and fallen. But strangely, his backpack, his GPS, his wallet, and even his camera were still with him. Nothing appeared to have been stolen. Theories. Some believe it was simply a tragic accident. Others point to dehydration, disorientation, and the harsh desert conditions. There are those who suspect foul play, that someone wanted to keep the gold for themselves. And then, there are the ones who believe in the curse, the same curse the Apache warned about generations ago. Why this story sticks with us? Because Jesse wasn't some reckless daredevil. He was a regular man like any of us who believed in a dream. He didn't seek fame. He didn't make a show out of it. He just wanted to prove the legend true. And his story ended in the same place so many others before him have met their fate. Final question to viewers. Would you risk going there, knowing so many never came back? Do you believe in the curse of such places, or is it all just the danger of the wild? Let me know in the comments, because maybe your perspective could help solve the mystery of Jesse Capin.